So, have you hit a wall with your plant-based diet? You're doing all the right things, eating clean, but you just feel off. It's such a common problem, and it can be really frustrating. But hey, don't worry, it is absolutely fixable. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly why this happens and give you a real action plan to get your progress back on track for good.
Okay, so let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You've cut out the animal products, you're focused on whole foods, you're being as disciplined as you possibly can be, but you're just not getting the results you were hoping for. Maybe your energy just tanks in the afternoon, or the scale has completely stopped moving no matter how clean you eat. And what about the cravings? Are they getting louder instead of quieter? If you're not in your head right now, you are so not alone. And the good news is there's a clear structural reason this happens, and it's not your fault. Now, this is probably the most important thing to understand. The problem is almost never your willpower, and it's not a flaw with the plant-based approach. The issue isn't the diet, it's the structure. Once we fix that underlying structure, everything else is going to start to click right into place. So let's dive into our first fix, and honestly, this is the biggest unlock for most people. We need to center our starches. Now, I know that might sound a little counterintuitive, especially with all the anti-carb noise out there, but trust me, this is the foundation.
So, here's mistake number one. A lot of people fall into the low-calorie density trap. On the surface, it looks incredibly healthy, right? Huge salads, tons of greens. But what's really going on is you're accidentally undereating. Without enough stable fuel, your body starts to fight back with low energy and some really intense cravings. This is a physiological response, not a failure of your discipline.
This right here shows the exact shift we need to make. The old way, the mistake, is having your meals just kind of orbit around low-calorie vegetables. The solution is to center your meals on starches. Now, vegetables are still absolutely crucial, but they become the supporting act to a stable, reliable energy source.
And what does this look like in the real world? It's simple and it's delicious. We're talking about building your plates around things like potatoes, rice, oats, beans, and corn. These foods provide that steady, usable energy your body is craving to feel satisfied, energized, and in balance. All right, let's tackle the second common mistake that can stall your progress. It's all about how we think about protein. We need to get beyond just counting grams and start building a smart protein pattern. You know, it's really easy to track your total protein for the day and think, okay, I'm covered. But what's happening on a deeper level is a bit more nuanced. Your body doesn't just use a big lump sum of protein. It's all about the pattern of amino acids. Those are the actual building blocks of protein. If you only rely on one or two sources all the time, you're creating an incomplete set of blocks. And this quietly impacts everything, from maintaining muscle to how full and satisfied you feel after you eat. So, what's the fix for this? It's simple. Variety. Seriously, don't overthink it. Just make a point to rotate through different legumes like lentils and beans, include a bunch of different grains, and add in soy foods like tofu or edamame. If you just mix and match your protein sources during the week, you'll solve this whole pattern problem automatically. Okay, on to our third structural fix, and this one is a huge one. It's relying too much on processed foods. Just because a package has vegan written on it doesn't automatically mean it's helping you reach your goals. We've got to rebuild with whole foods. A lot of those vegan convenience foods are highly processed. They can be really calorie dense without giving you much volume or fiber to make you feel full. That means it's super easy to overconsume calories without getting all the rich micronutrients that make a plant-based diet so powerful in the first place. The key is to get back to building a solid foundation. You can see it here. Starches form the base for energy. Then you add legumes for substance. Then come the vegetables for volume and micronutrients, and fruit for natural sweetness. Processed foods can be the little treat at the very top, but they should never, ever be the main event. Now for a little upgrade. This is something that most people skip, but it can make a huge difference. Let's talk about the fermentation upgrade. This isn't about the foundation itself, but about making that foundation work even better for you. So why should you even bother with this? Because fermented foods quietly improve how your entire diet functions. They can enhance your digestion, make nutrients more available for your body to absorb, and support a healthier gut. They can even help your body better utilize the protein we were just talking about. And this really doesn't have to be complicated. We're talking about simple, accessible foods, like tempeh, which is a fantastic protein source, miso for soups and dressings, and sauerkraut or kimchi as a side dish. Just small, consistent additions can make a real difference. So let's bring it all together. Here it is, your 4-step action plan to get your diet working for you again. Number 1, center your meals around starches for stable energy. Number 2, build a protein pattern with lots of variety. 3, rebuild your foundation with whole foods. And 4, layer in that fermentation upgrade. When you put this structure in place, the friction just disappears. Your hunger becomes manageable, your energy stabilizes, and progress feels predictable again. And the beautiful result is that the diet starts working with you instead of feeling like this constant battle you're fighting against yourself. So the only question is, which step will you start with first?